Hello, toads and toadettes. When I'm not getting molested by Gatling groinks or not simping for bread bugs, I'm probably listening to Pikmin's beautiful music. If you didn't know, Pikmin has a certain type of soundtrack that is very unique, and it's called a dynamic soundtrack. It's when the music in the game changes depending on what the player is doing. In fact, Pikmin was actually one of the first games to introduce this. It makes the game feel more immersive. I touched on this topic in my Why I Love Pikmin video that I made a few months back, but today I want to take an in-depth look at Pikmin's dynamic soundtrack. Let's just get right into it. First, we gotta talk about how dynamic music works in Pikmin. You can pretty much just call it interactive music, as what you're doing affects how the music is played. For example, take The Forest of Hope from Pikmin 1. It seems very chill and laid back, which is fair as it's only the second area in the game. You're expecting a chill experience as you're not too far into the game. But how this changes is when you engage battle with an enemy, the song will add some tropical sounding bongos to the mix, as you're hearing right now. This takes the relaxing theme of the Forest of Hope, adds some fast-paced percussion to it, and makes it feel more intense, fitting what you're doing, battling. And once you finish this battle, it'll go straight back to that chill Forest of Hope theme. While Pikmin 1 doesn't really touch on its dynamic soundtrack too much outside of battling, Pikmin 2 does it more. Let's take Awakening Wood, for example. What sounds like an exciting start to a new adventure fits perfectly with Awakening Wood's environment. You've already unlocked the red and purple Pikmin, and you're on to a new exciting area. Your squad is growing, which allows you to take on more ferocious enemies. Captain Olimar is courageous and brave, and this music reflects upon that. But how well does it reflect upon Louie? That's where the composers got into this, as when you switch to playing as Louie, the theme changes. The song becomes more disorganized and jumpy and really unpredictable, and that reflects Louie's personality perfectly. Having almost every song have two different versions, one for Olimar and one for Louie, is just so cool. It really helps give each character their own personality and diversifies the Pikmin universe. They unfortunately never brought this feature back in any other Pikmin game, but all I can do is hope. Maybe I should go to the Forest of Hope. I know, I'm not funny. Pikmin 2 also added a working theme for when your Pikmin are carrying items or demolishing walls. So how about we talk about that, but with a Pikmin 3 example, the Garden of Hope. This song is so beautiful, and that's why it's honestly one of my favorite Pikmin songs of all time. And this game has outstanding graphics, so just seeing everything, like the butterflies flying around, the water glistening, this song just reflects everything perfectly. It conveys that message of how pretty nature can be. But I can't get off track too much. When the slave masters are getting their money's worth, when Alf, Brittany, or Charlie are using the Pikmin, heavy percussion will come in, with a vivid shaker in the background. This working theme gets me in a tone of, we got business to do, let's get to it. The main theme's still upbeat, and while this percussion is more heavy, and the percussion being heavy conveys a more serious tone of the song. Like I said, as if you got stuff you gotta do. And it's crazy how just a simple set of percussion instruments portray a vibe perfectly. There's other perfect examples of these interactive songs in Pikmin, but for now I'm going to move on to the next section. How Pikmin's ambient music fits in perfectly. First, let's talk about a very nostalgic song to me, the Rest sublevel theme from Pikmin 2. This theme is obviously played in the Rest sublevels. These sublevels have no dangers. The main things on these sublevels are eggs with some nectar, ultra spicy sprays, or ultra bitter sprays. And there's also usually some candy pop buds, including the queen candy pop buds, which actually give you more Pikmin than you put in. This sublevel is what it's named. It's supposed to be a rest stop. After all that hard work you just did in the previous sublevels, this is your time to just take a break and just repopulate and really prepare yourself for the next sublevels, as you know they're only going to get harder. A very soft Lo-fi sounding piano plays a distant and dormant melody in the background. I honestly just can't think of another theme that fits the rest sublevels more. But come on, we've had too much rest. Let's move on. Picture yourself on a beach, hearing the waves, relaxing under the sun as your toes gently touch the sand. And then out of nowhere, a sand-belching mirror slug appears and eats up all your Pikmin, because guess what? We're talking about tropical wilds. This song literally couldn't be more tropical and just tribal sounding. Tropical Wilds is a very sandy place and jungle-ish just kind of place with lots of water and weird inhabitants. And this theme just fits in right there. Like it's just too good. At first you hear very distinct noises, very nature sounding, with a very weird melody playing, until later you get into the song that picks up with more instruments. Without this song, I don't really know how tropical Wilds would feel. But there's more sandy stuff that I need to talk about. Let's go to a sand castle without sand. The submerged castle. The submerged castle is a cave in Pikmin 2 that you can only enter with blue Pikmin, as it is submerged in water. You might just think this is a way to make you use blue Pikmin, and as you see that the cave requires all elements, you're sure that there's just going to be some candy pop buds to convert Pikmin, or maybe some cute Bulbmin just chilling. As you explore the first area, you're getting treasures with ease, until out of nowhere, the music changes, and a weird water creature on wheels falls from the sky. You're now being chased by what is known as the Water Wraith, and one slip up could get your whole entire squad crushed. Bruh. Welcome to the submerged castle. This is one of my favorite caves from Pikmin 2, as it's just very creepy and unknown. This Water Wraith is kind of random. It is really the only time Pikmin 2 does something like this. And the music complements that creepy, unknown feeling very well. Oof, gets me still sometimes. But luckily you can get revenge on the Water Wraith, as you can use your overpowered purple Pikmin to body the actual living heck out of him. But speaking of bosses, let's move on to the boss themes. I made these songs their own section because they are very, very interactive. First, let's talk about Pikmin 3's boss theme. It starts off with a prelude. You're still unknown to what's about to come. Until boom! There it is! The boss itself is here. And now the boss battle begins. A very chaotic theme plays with big horns and just very chaotic instruments playing, with strings looping in the background. This main part of the boss theme fits every single boss perfectly. It's kind of goofy, but it's also very serious at the same time. And it really lets you know that what you're fighting right now is a big threat. And then when the boss comes to attack you, the music switches to a more panicked theme to remind you, you gotta run. But once the attack's over, the music switches to something triumphant and hopeful, as the boss is now vulnerable for attack. Charge! Oh no, here he comes again, and oh no, you've lost some Pikmin. The music even switches for this. It'll become more tragic, as if you just lost a beloved soldier of the army. And there you go, you've defeated the boss. A not so triumphant song plays as if you just had a long and weary battle with a lot of men lost. It portrays what boss battles in Pikmin are supposed to be, and I love everything about this song. And finally, I want to talk about what's not really a boss theme, but it is the final area of Pikmin, the final trial. This area holds the final boss of Pikmin, and with its name, the final trial, you know it's about to go down. Having a limited supply of days to work with in Pikmin 1 can mess with you psychologically. Actually, imagine if you're in Olimar's place, you know you only have 30 days to surpass the obstacles of PNF 404. And you know everything you just did comes down to this final moment. The final trial's music plays a very, just honestly unsettling sound effect at the beginning. And then what sounds kind of like a very sick melody plays. Even when you're battling, a dark piano comes in. But then eventually the song picks up and gives off a hopeful message like, you know what, I can do this. So this song just sets the mood while also hyping you up at the same time while fitting the Pikmin aesthetic. The Pikmin composers are geniuses, man. And there you go, my toads and toad. That's why Pikmin's dynamic soundtrack elevates the experience. It fits what you're doing, it fits the game well, and it even gets you going while you're doing a boss fight. I can't wait to see what Pikmin 4 is going to do with the music. I already got to put this out. The title theme is beautiful. But yeah, if you are hyped for Pikmin 4, then I would recommend checking out my channel some more, as I have a lot of other Pikmin content on there, and I plan to continue making more Pikmin content in anticipation for Pikmin 4. So yeah, if you do want to see some more Pikmin content, check out my channel, and I do have other Nintendo related content as well. If you did enjoy this video, please consider liking and maybe even subscribing to the channel to join the Bread Bug Gang. Members rise up. But on that note, guys, I will see you in the next one.